Hi everyone, for today's video I'm going to be reacting to your guys' icks. I feel like ick is a word that gets thrown around a lot nowadays. Ick used to just be like when you was in like a long relationship and then like you just, something would happen one day and suddenly everything that they do annoys you. I've been there, I've had the ick, and it's not fun. However, I now feel like ick has been transformed into just like weird turn off. So that is what I'm going to be reacting to today. I'm not gonna lie, you guys are harsh. I'm just gonna put it out there. But at the end of the day, this is just a fun video. I obviously don't mean to offend anyone. That is not my intention whatsoever. So yeah, let's get into it. I feel like to start off, I should tell you guys some of my icks. First things first, long fingernails. I honestly, on a guy, if they have got long nails, like I'm literally like dumping you right there and then. Could sound potentially dramatic, but for me personally, like we are not rolling with that. I feel like this sounds like really strange, but a boy being embarrassed, like I don't know how to describe it, but like say if like they're like joking around with like their friends or something and something happens and they've gone like really awkward, I'd be like, oh, this is really awkward, and like, but anyway, let's get into some of your guys' icks. Uneven strings on a hoodie. Honestly, some of these things, you guys are crazy. Like, I can't blame a boy if he has uneven strings in his hoodie. This one honestly got me. Like, I saw this and I thought, you've got to be kidding me. The thought of him doing a driving test, OMG, no, I can't cope. This gave me the ick in real life. And this was like, this girl who sent this in wasn't the only person. Another one I found is when you see a boy on their driving test, it feels like they're learning to ride a bike. Like, come on girls, how can seeing a boy like learning how to drive, like bless them, you know? Most of us want to drive at some point in our lives, unfortunately. I wish we could, but we can't just jump in a car and, you know, call it a day. So I feel like that is slightly dramatic, but not gonna lie, you definitely provided the laughs for me today. Guys with long fingernails, that is a reoccurring one on my Instagram. So yeah, clearly I'm not alone on the long fingernails one. Like when they're like long and dirty, I honestly cannot, like, I personally, as you guys can tell, have very short fingernails because I just don't like long natural nails unless they're made to look like acrylics kind of, but like long natural nails for me on like girl, boy, whoever, no, I don't. They just cringe me out. The thought of them trying on clothes shopping. See, I can kind of understand this because the thought of like a guy like looking in the mirror like posing. So yeah, I can kind of see that one. Kind of agree with you on that one. Pressing the traffic light button and waiting for the green man. And again, that wasn't the only one. I did get another one saying like boys waiting for the traffic to stop so they can cross the road. Talking as girls, I feel like we have our expectations a little bit too high at this point. The fact that we don't want to see boys learning how to drive. We don't want to see them crossing the road safely. Like, what do we want them to do? Just run out into the middle of it and be dangerous? No, I don't find that gross. I mean, let them cross the road safely when they stall their car. Now, that is uncalled for. As someone who used to drive a manual car, it used to stall a lot. I mean, it is awkward, I will give you that. And you do think like, oh, there you go, can't drive, can you? When a boy is walking along holding a plastic drinks bottle, I honestly, like, I'm trying to think if I can relate to you guys. Walking along holding a plastic water bottle. No. It's like I've seen an ick of a boy running with a backpack. Like, I can't, like, is it the backpack? Is it the running? Like, we will never know. But what is it? Can someone please enlighten me? Maybe I just don't find icks in boys. Like, the worst one I have is long nails and being awkward and embarrassed. Not like running with a backpack. The thought of them clapping when the plane lands. I feel like this goes for everyone, like no matter who you are. If you clap when the plane lands, I feel like everyone on the plane instantly hates you. Like, they don't want to be sat next to you. Do I clap when the plane lands? I've been on holiday for quite a long time. I'm trying to think. No, I don't. Okay, it's fine. We can all still be friends. But yeah, I actually totally get this one. Like, let's just make that a rule between everybody. Let's all be on an even playing field. We are not going to clap when the plane lands. There's always that one person doing that though, isn't there? There's always one. Him sitting in the back seat of his parents' car. This I kind of get, and I think it has something to do with like the maturity. Do you know what I mean? I mean, obviously like the back seat of the car doesn't mean that you're less mature than the front seat, but there's a bit of like a rite of passage, isn't there? Like when you're a kid, you always sit in the back seat, and when you get to your teens, like you're finally allowed in the front seat. So I kind of get this one because like the thought of boys being babied, for me personally, I find it such a turn off, like getting like babied by their parents. Like, I want you to baby me. You don't need to be babied. I can baby you. It's okay. Yeah, I actually kind of get this one. I don't know if I've ever looked at a boy though and thought, oh, you're in the back seat. No, thank you. I'll pass. A guy eating yogurt. Is it the way like the spoon, or... I feel a little bit gross right now actually thinking about that. You're giving me a lot to think about. Do I find that icky? Like the spoon. I think I've just found a new ick for myself. This girl has gone off. When they tell you they have feelings after a week of talking on Snap. Fez. Imagining them falling out of their bed in their sleep. No, I can't relate. Sorry. And finally, this one honestly sent me off. I think I can actually relate to this one. Running with an umbrella and it goes inside out. Yeah, I can actually see that one a little bit. It's the awkward thing, isn't it? That's what I'm going back to. It's like the awkward, like embarrassed. It's like, you know, when someone falls over, but they don't think anyone else has seen, so they like quickly like really like play it off like all cool and like nothing had ever happened. Kind of like that. His mum running the bath for him. Guess that goes back to my baby and one and like the maturity level. I mean, I think it's lovely, you know, a mum and a son having a great relationship, but I guess, do we need to be running their baths all the time? I don't know, maybe I'm being a little bit picky. Boys that smell of beer. Do you mean like on their breath? Or do you mean like their pits? I hope not their pits, because that sounds slightly concerning. I will have to say though, I don't think this is necessarily like an ick, more of just a general turn off. Boys that don't smell good, no, especially on like a first date or something. Like I feel like all they need to do on a first date is have good manners and smell good, short nails, we're good to go. One tiny thin pillow on the bed. Girls, why do boys, all boys, have thin pillows? Like, they always have the checked bed sheets and a thin pillow. Is it like a boy thing? Does every boy, like, is it like a rite of passage into manhood or what? Because I don't understand why all boys have a thin pillow and checked bed sheets. I don't get it. Jeans with flip-flops. I guess you must have hated every single Hollister model, Abercrombie and Fitch model. They must have not been your vibes, because like, why was that actually a thing? Like, does anyone else remember the Hollister like male models would like stand outside their shops with like jeans, flip-flops, no tops on, and like you go have a photo of them? Like, what was all that about? I don't really get it, but I kind of get that. Though I get that ick. I think that just reminds me of like the Hollister models, and that just doesn't sit well with me. So yeah, maybe I agree with you on that one. So that was all of the most controversial icks, shall we say. Not gonna lie, I think a lot of you are being quite harsh on the male species, like the fact that they can't even carry a water bottle, they can't learn how to drive, they can't cross roads safely. But you know, everyone has their icks, everyone has their turn-offs, and that is completely okay. I hope you all did enjoy this video. It was just a bit of a fun one, and yeah, I'll see you very soon in a new one. Bye!